Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 3, that is performance of transmission lines. Here we are going to discuss about the concept called classification of transmission lines. So classification of transmission lines. A transmission line has three constants, namely resistance, inductance and capacitance. These three elements are distributed uniformly over that length of the given transmission line or whole length of the given transmission line. The resistance and inductance form the series impedance because these three elements like resistor, inductor and capacitor are uniformly distributed, then per unit centimeter of the given transmission line it offers resistance, inductance and capacitance. So if we are going to take it into count that line inductance and line capacitance into count, then we can take that line impedance also, where line impedance is nothing but the sum of resistance and the sum of inductive reactance and capacitive reactance, and also the capacitance which is existed between the conductors either line to line or line to neutral. There we can calculate that single phase transmission line capacitance with respect to neutral, or three phase transmission line where also we can calculate line capacitance with respect to conductor and neutral, and it forms a shunt path. That means it forms a shunt capacitance which was existed for the given length of the transmission line. For suppose if the length of the transmission line is 100 kilometers, at 100 kilometers length per each unit centimeter length there exists that capacitance between either line to line or line to neutral. Therefore capacitance effects introduces complications in transmission line calculations because capacitance is stores the energy in the form of electrostatic field, and the units of capacitance is farads. Simply capacitance is defined as charge per unit length to its potential difference is called as capacitance. So we can write the formula C is equal Q by V. So there is a charging current, there is a discharging current for the capacitance which was existed per unit centimeter of the given length of the transmission line. The charging current formula we can write that IC is equal V by XC, where XC is nothing but 1 by 2 pi FC. So there is a charging current, there is a discharging current. So this charging current, discharging current, simply called as capacitance effect, introduces complications in the transmission line calculations while we are doing the calculations. So depending on this simple problem, the total transmission lines are classified into three classes, namely called as short transmission lines, medium transmission lines and long transmission lines. For suppose if you see that short transmission lines, so the transmission line length which is less than 80 kilometers and whose operating voltage on the line which is about less than 20 kilovolts, then the transmission lines are called as short transmission line. Simply in short transmission lines, the transmission line length is less than 80 kilometers and the line voltage which is less than 20 kilovolts, then the length is small and the voltage is also less. The capacitance effects are also small. That's what here we are classified the transmission lines into three categories, namely called as short transmission lines, medium transmission lines and long transmission lines. In case of short transmission lines, as the length of the transmission line is less than 80 kilometers, the effect of capacitance while we are doing that calculations are simply neglected because the capacitance for the length like less than 80 kilometers, it is very small and it is neglected. Therefore the remaining inductance, that means line inductance and line resistance, are considered as a lumped parameters. That means lumped parameters are those parameters which are physically separable. For example, if you see this figure here, I am going to show that equivalent circuit model of a short transmission lines. It consists of one sending end source voltage, and at receiving end it consists of a load. The receiving end voltage called as VR, the sending end voltage called as VS. At sending end we are transferring the current called as sending end current called IS. Later this current which is flowing through that resistance and reactance which was offered at per unit centimeter of the conductor due to the line resistance and line inductance, there exists that voltage drops. And in case of equivalent circuit model of a short transmission line, here I am neglected that lumped capacitance because the capacitance effect is very small and it is neglected. So it is easy to do the calculations for short transmission lines without any complications. Next, so one more transmission line is called as medium transmission lines. So if you see that the length of the transmission line, that is medium transmission line, which lies in the between 80 to 150 kilometers, and the line operating voltage is moderately high, that is between 20 kilovolts to 100 kilovolts. So medium transmission lines are those transmission lines whose length lies in the range between 80 to 150 kilometers, and the operating voltage lies in the range between 20 kilovolts to 100 kilovolts. That's what it is treated as a medium transmission line. Here the effect of capacitance cannot be ignored as the length of the transmission line is long. But as our wish here, the length of the transmission line also lies in the range between like 80 to 150 kilometers. It is easy for do the calculations, because at this case, that is in case of medium transmission line also, the effect of capacitance per unit centimeter of the conductor for a given transmission line, here we can consider into lumped elements. So if it is considered into lumped elements, then the transmission line model we can consider either nominal T method or nominal pi method. Since the parameters are considered to be distributed parameters, therefore the equivalent either T section network or pi section network are usually represented or usually designed for medium transmission lines. Here I am going to show that nominal T method. In nominal T method, I am ignored that line capacitance, because the line capacitance here also neglected. That's what the calculations are easy for calculation part for medium transmission lines. For medium transmission lines, the total length of the transmission line here I am divided into two segments. The segment 1 impedance here I am represented as Z by 2, segment 2 impedance as another Z by 2. The sum of Z by 2 plus Z by 2 is equal to Z. And IS is the sending end voltage, IR is the receiving end voltage, VS is the sending end voltage, VR is the receiving end voltage. So this is that simply how we can express that nominal T method. And similar manner, there is a nominal pi method also. In case of nominal pi method, where the transmission line is taken into pi model, in case of pi network, that is series arm consists of an impedance Z is equal R plus JX, and the two shunt impedances we can take as admittances like Y by 2, Y by 2, and sending end voltage and receiving end voltage are VS and VR, and IS is the sending end current and IR is the receiving end current at this case. Next, long transmission lines. Long transmission lines are those transmission lines whose line length is more than 150 kilometers and the voltage is very high, which is above 100 kV. That means the long transmission lines are constructed for a length more than 150 kilometers and whose operating voltage is also more than or above than 100 kilovolts. Hence, in the analysis of this kind of transmission line, that means the transmission line constants, generally the transmission line constants are A, B, C, D, where A and D are voltage and current gains, and B and C are line impedance and line admittance at per unit centimeter of the conductor. So while we are calculating the line constants like A, B, C, D for a uniformly distributed length of the transmission line, uniformly distributed means here resistance, inductance, capacitance are distributed uniformly throughout the given length of the transmission line. So for analysis purpose, this kind of methods are rigorously considered, and therefore for short and medium transmission lines, the line constants are simply considered as lumped parameters. So lumped parameters are those parameters which are easily and physically separable, and we can do that analysis individually. But distributed elements are those elements it is not possible to make separate, like resistance, inductance and capacitance. It is not possible to do that analysis individually like resistance, individually like inductance, and individually like capacitance. So that's why it is not possible to do the analysis individually, and it is not possible to analyze the transmission line parameters like a lumped parameters. So however we discuss like short and medium transmission lines, where short and medium transmission line parameters are lumped parameters. But coming to the long transmission lines, the transmission line parameters are distributed throughout the given length of the transmission line. It is not possible to discuss like or to analyze like lumped parameters. It is only possible to analyze the distributed parameters. Thank you.